UK teacher still in hiding after showing cartoon of Prophet Muhammad. So we've been following this story since it began, and I wanted to give this update. In March 2021, a teacher from Batley Grammar School showed his students a cartoon of Prophet Muhammad by the French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. His action sparked protests outside the school, demanding for him to be fired. The protests led to the suspension of the teacher. In May 2021, after 2 months of an independent external investigation by the school's governing trustees, it was found that the teacher did not intend to offend anyone and hence was reinstated. However, it was reported that the teacher and his family have been in hiding since the end of March because of the intimidation and threats. 2 other teachers, who were also suspended and then reinstated, have refused to return to the school over fears.
Okay. I'm giving up on you, the UK. Is it too bad? I'm giving. No. Guys, what the hell? Like this is mob justice right now. Like this is the people that they have successfully managed to create a second version of law that is not being enforced by the state, but by mob intimidation. Like this is technically side by side with the UK law enforced by street mob intimidation. Like even though it's technically working as a law, right? So it might not be officially state law, but it's working very much like how it would be if it was the law of the land. Like, so this is like, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, it's really hard not to be discouraged from news like this. But Susanna, you had your hand up?
Well, especially considering that he was suspended to the outrage of many people in the UK, including the student body of this school. And he was reinstated only after a 2-month investigation that found that he can only come back because he did not intend to offend and that he genuinely...
It's okay. It's not that distracting.
Genuinely believed that it was for educational purposes. However, with the concession that these cartoons cannot be shown again in a classroom setting, which is, I think, a major loss. It's a completely unprincipled concession to make. It I think it validates. It actively validates the rage and actions of the mobs and protesters that descended on this school.
Rivka?
So not only does it validate that, it also makes it clear that there's 2 sets of rules for different people's ideologies and belief systems. So some groups who don't vent their rage in, really extrajudicial violent ways, who might be offended, but, oh, too bad. It's a free and open society. Get over it. We're showing this picture. Other groups get special treatment, and we're willing to go along with their dogma because we're afraid, which is terrible, but that's what's going on. And so, this is this lie that religious people put out all the time. They ask for respect in the public sphere, but really what they really want is submission.
Yeah,
it's a huge
that was
problem.
Very well said. Go ahead.
Yes, it was very well said. It's a huge problem also that a lot of the outrage that was coming from a religious perspective, because I believe that there is a substantial, if not a majority, like Muslim student population at this school. I can't quite remember, but that the outrage was actually coming from Muslim communities that were not even actually a part of the school or from outside the area altogether. Like it was way more
manufactured.
Yeah, exactly.
Manufactured.
It's, and people, in case anyone doesn't know, like, this person, I think, does have good reason to be afraid, considering in France, less than a year ago, there was a teacher who was murdered in the street for showing these images in his classroom. So that's not England, but that's close by. And then also around the same time, within the months after what happened to Samuel Paty, there was an incident, and I always get all the Scandinavian countries confused, but Norway or Finland, there was a teacher who had to go into hiding for showing an image that wasn't even explicitly the prophet. It was just kind of like a Middle Eastern looking dude with a sword, and people thought it was a prophet, and then he had to go into hiding over that. Like, that's how diffuse it gets.
Okay, I'm glad that the news coverage, the mainstream news coverage of this, is saying, how is it possible in a liberal, free, and open democratic society that a teacher from Batley Grammar School,
I think it's Batley
Grammar School, who showed pupils a cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad, is still in hiding? So this is GB News, which I'm assuming is Great Britain news. This is the mainstream news outlet. And, you know, a lot of people think like, oh, mainstream media is always going to be defending. Like, no, like, you know, mainstream news is very diverse. Like, the people that say mainstream news media is not going to tell you this. Usually, like, actually here, they just told you right here. Like, it's such a diverse group of news outlets that, and different group of journalists with so many opinions that usually they're wrong about that. Rivka, you had your hand up?
Yeah, hopefully the dog would. But so I also think that just skip it.
No, it's okay. It's she or he is not being that distracting. I want to hear your opinion.
Okay, I was gonna say something about the fact that the people in the school who created this fuss, even though this guy was reinstated and they went through the channels and did the things that they were supposed to do, are refusing to accept this, and they're making it so that he and colleagues of his are still in hiding because they're afraid for their life. Shows you the two tiers of, you know, decision-making bodies in that area, because the school board, however it works there, followed the rules, did what they're supposed to do, had a commission, made a decision. It's over. But these people have this street justice in a way that makes it anybody could say anything. And I mean it like en masse, because you were talking about the person in the Scandinavian country. It wasn't even a picture, but because people interpreted it that way, then it becomes okay. So anything is up to anyone's interpretation at any moment can create this potential threat to your life. And it's like, this is this underlying, you know, level of almost mafioso type behavior.
By the way, the live chat was commenting a lot on your dog making his or her
him
his opinion her.
Like, even the dog knows the story is BS.
Doggo is giving his points as well. The dog wants to be heard.
He was like, opinion. Mom, you nailed that.
Yeah. Yeah, like, my mom is on point.
Little hype man.
I do want to highlight this LinkedIn comment because it's so funny and stupid, but at the same time, it highlights the fact that we're live on LinkedIn, because I want to promote Atheist Republic's LinkedIn. So Floyd Green with this idiotic comment, which is, I love it because it's funny. Mainstream news doesn't report truth. It reports the atheist agenda. Oh my God. Great. Wait, now I was defending mainstream news. I didn't know they're on our side. That's fantastic.
We wish that was exactly the case.
I mean, okay. Wow. We're so powerful. Wow. Are we becoming the new, like, no, actually, I can't joke about that. I don't know. Rivka knows what I was gonna say. But
those who know.
Yes.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our blasphemous art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.